Hi, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you to this episode of All Things Lean with your host, Madhulika Rajahan. In our last episode, we talked about endowment effect, the economics of design. In this episode, we will talk about positive friction and how you can use it to create better experiences. While friction in UX is typically something you want to minimize, adding friction can improve the user experience and contribute to good design in many situations. Researchers at UCL define positive friction as friction that can disrupt mindless automatic interactions, prompting moments of reflection and more mindful interaction. Sounds like a mouthful. Don't worry, we laid out all for you. So what is friction? Friction refers to points during an interaction that makes it more difficult for user to complete a task or achieve a goal, generally leading to poor user experience. This means users go through additional steps and wait times that are considered unnecessary or disruptive. Ever sat staring at a bank web page waiting for it to load? Have you ever had to click through 5 pages just to unsubscribe from a service? That's friction. Now let's see what is positive friction. Positive friction also inserts additional steps, but to the user's benefit. It alters a user who may be running on autopilot about an important step during an interaction and its potential consequences. The goal is to prevent them from making mistakes, place control back in their hand, and give them chance to learn or change behaviors. Some of the examples of positive friction can be confirming or validating important actions. Life can get very busy, making it easy to automatically click, tap, or hit some keys on your keyboard to act without thinking too much about it. This is something you want your users to avoid with actions that are irreversible or very difficult to reverse, like money transactions, exiting a video game without saving your progress, or sending your client an email without the attachment you mentioned in the sent email. To save you from the latter, email platforms like Outlook and Gmail have added positive friction in the form of an pop-up flagging that you may have forgotten to add an attachment when you hit the send button. Confirming actions is even more important when money is involved. That is why banking apps and e-commerce platforms often include an opportunity to review an order, summary, or transaction at the end of the process to double check payment details, whether it's the correct amount of money or the right number of items to order. Just think of the headaches this saves while getting overpaid money back or returning mistakenly purchased items. Many e-commerce platforms aim to remove as much of the friction part while still leaving the positive. Shopify, for example, only has a single checkout page using drop-down fields to enter details with an order summary and the Pay Now button at the bottom of the page on the mobile device, rather than having users click through multiple pages. For health, well-being, and behavioral change, designers can also use positive friction to benefit users' health and well-being and encourage their behavioral change. In 2017, Monzo, a UK neobank, outlined plans for a feature to club overspending, especially late at night. The concept followed the Money and Mental Health Policy Institute research that found that many bipolar users tended to overspend while in a maniac phase at night. Once switched on, Monzo's feature would ask the user to review purchases made late at night and, if possible, give them the option to cancel the transactions the following morning. While Monzo never implemented the feature, the extra step would have provided users with either an easy way to stop the unnecessary purchases or a helpful reminder to seek a refund sooner rather than later. Positive friction can also help protect the work-life balance, especially as working from home becomes increasingly popular. With work computers sitting at home and most people linking work emails and messaging apps to their personal phones, the ding of a work notification is enough to distract people from their personal time. Even if they choose to ignore it, their mind still flickers to work for a moment. Disabling notifications entirely, on the other hand, can cause stress. What if somebody urgently needs you? Messaging app Slack found a way around that by letting people know if the person they're trying to message has snoozed their notification and asking whether they want them to be notified of a message anyway. If it is urgent, the user can still send a notification. Otherwise, the positive friction could help them consider the other person's off time and whether a reply could wait until the next day, which in most cases it probably can. Moving away from digital, positive friction has been used for a long time to discourage certain bad habits like smoking. Many public places have gone from redesigning areas to separate a smoker's area to banning smoking altogether. The below graph shows that information about health concern had little effect. When positive friction such as smoking bans and tax increases were implemented, though, the US government saw a steep decline in cigarette consumption. Similarly, Google successfully encouraged employees to pick healthier snacks in the company kitchen by hiding candy in opaque containers. At the same time, fruit remained visible in glass containers, as described in Laszlo Bock's book, Work Rules. Positive friction in user experience can play an important role in both digital and real life. When designed well, it makes us more mindful of our actions and gives us opportunities to learn. We have discussed two examples in today's session. We will continue to talk about more examples of positive friction in our next session. With this, we come to an end to this episode of All Things Lean. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the comment section on what you'd like to hear more. Until next time, this is your host, Madhulika Rajahan, signing off. Have a wonderful day ahead.